All right, listen, guys, I'm sorry. It's 7 o'clock. It is election day, 11:05. I had to change up my morning routine a little bit. Yes, it happens. You got to have a little flexibility in your life. Well, I wanted to go make sure that I voted. So I went to vote. It opened up at 6 o'clock. So I adjusted my schedule. I prepared, was in the sauna a little earlier, was in the ice barrel just as long, made a little election video and made sure I went to vote because this way I could trade the morning and then I'm going to a car picking me up, going to go to Fox Business, talk to my friend Liz Clayman, talk about, expectations of the market, what could happen today based on a decisive Trump win, based on a Kamala victory, based on no president, based on how many days and this and that. And bottom line is, world's going to go on, and no one's in control of who's going to feed your family or how you're going to conduct yourself. That was my message this morning. That everyone wants to blame what's going on in the world for whatever is working or not working in their life. That's not the case. No one controls your hustle. No one controls what time you get up. Nobody controls, how you prepare. Only you can. And yes, you could vote for someone that might not take 50% of your income, or someone. I'm not even get that. But anyway, here we are. Futures are up like 10, 12 handles. If you look at the chart here of the spies, you do have a box type pattern here. So what I would do is I would write down some levels. If this is 568, this is the recent low. Here is your gap. That gap below the moving averages. Here is the prior resistance that is now support, and then here is the 100-day. Lots of scenarios could happen. To be honest, I think everyone's overthinking it, and it really turns into a nothing burger in the weeks ahead. But if you're trading real time and you do some things that you're not prepared for, you could hurt your month and hurt your quarter. So from what I think, and I don't know who the hell am I, if we get a decisive Trump victory tonight and he is the president tomorrow, you have instead of the Mag 7, you'll have the MAGA 3. You'll probably have DJT up a bunch, which is right here. Just had a red dog reversal yesterday after pulling in from 54.68 down. It'll probably gap up. Then you have Tesla, who Elon has been a massive advocate for Trump. I just listened to the Joe Rogan Experience with him on it. Elon's right here, man. Elon is doing a lot of things. He's got a lot. I thought I have a lot of energy, but I'll tell you, granted, whether his stocks are working, not working, or all of his private companies, bottom line, he's doing a lot of things. But at this point, there's a little bit of what's the word? Of a debate that if Trump does become president, even though Elon's been an outspoken spokesman for him, that he's going to put tariffs on everything, even though it's probably just a negotiation, and that's going to hurt big cap tech. So there's a note that Trump's not good for big cap tech. Well, we'll see. Bottom line is, you had a really good move from earnings, did a red dog reversal up here into resistance, which was 273. That was a spot to reduce. We've been down for 5 days straight. I do have 265 calls on. That's what I put on, 265 calls. And we'll see. Risk is premium paid. I think ultimately Tesla's a good trade regardless. Right now it's up 4 this morning. There's some news counteracting the Chinese, whatever. There's some news that they sold less cars than they were supposed to in the deliveries. And then now there's news that, there's uninsured vehicles. Anyway, 247.10. This high here, if you want to just say, will it get above and stay above? This is 248.90 for today. So I have some of that on. But what Moses is saying, that there is no real debate about that. If he does become president, that Bitcoin, which has nothing to do with tariffs, nothing to do with anything, could finally have a much bigger move. So I actually bought more Bitcoin yesterday. I was on October 11th, I came out with the turkey trot, the red dog turkey trot, because usually by Thanksgiving, everybody wants Bitcoin, or everyone's talking about Bitcoin. It's much better to be in 6 to 7 weeks prior to the move before everyone's talking about it. So this was a great spot. I did reduce into here. I started buying back some IBIT yesterday, some BITO calls, even though they kind of suck. But I figured if something happens big with Bitcoin this week, they won't take the X dividend out. So we'll see. You have a low, higher low, higher low, and then perhaps this area needs to hold. Otherwise, it's back in the channel, and it's not a lot of fun. So the three things that I have on just in case with options is I have, IBIT, I have BITO calls. I bought some Tesla calls, and I'm not playing DJT. I'm just not doing it. But I also, I've been buying a little bit of Amazon. I do know, Amazon was not fun after earnings. I had an earnings call spread that made money. Thank goodness I got out of the way. And then I was buying more Amazon, here. And then all of a sudden the news that Jeff friggin was a seller again. But P.S. I did stay with it. I bought some more options, more options for a little bit for Friday, but a little bit longer term into the end of the year. I would think you can mark Red Dog's words that within 3 months, okay, especially if the market, does its volatility and then resumes. And how funny is it? Mike Wilson, who got ran out of town for being an outspoken bear for 2 years, fighting the trends, is now saying he thinks year-end S&P 6,000. That tells me we might not go up. That's crazy. I don't even know who lets that guy speak still. But I'm not here to talk about anybody. But the bottom line is, I think Amazon. I think Jeff's got like 7 million shares left to sell. There was some news that Kathy's buying Amazon. Maybe Kathy and Buffett could join forces and do a cleanup order and take out Jeff and get this to 220. I do think, mark my words, within the next 3 months, it's not such a big statement, Amazon will probably be 220, especially if the S&P is back towards, 5,900-ish. That's an if. So anyway, and I think either way, if there is a Trump president and the futures are up huge, Amazon will do okay. If it's Kamala, then all of a sudden no tariffs or whatever, there's Amazon. And then, if there is a volatility move to the downside, I do think you could kind of accumulate into here, and then we get better action whenever the market decides to do whatever it wants to do. So those are my basic thoughts. Meanwhile, if you're in Palantir, congratulations. What a friggin' move. I got to give it to my alpha team. My alpha team's been riding this thing. It's above 45. See if it holds above 45. As far as the semis kind of suck. NVIDIA is the only name to be in if you're in a semi. If in semis, even yesterday, I was like, guys, don't be chasing this up open because it's in the Dow. It's doing a whole lot of whatever. Let's see what the guys are saying comment-wise. We got Nugasi from Kansas City saying hello. Southern Boys are saying go DJT. RD, what do you think of HD earnings coming out soon? I'm not even looking at it. Kathy sold Palantir. All right, that's good for, I could see that. And now she's buying actually Amazon. That makes sense. I think she's being a little bit more responsible lately. But anyway, AMD, I wouldn't even touch with a 10-foot pole. It's kind of cooked. What else? So this is, by the way, this is Twitter and this is YouTube, where you could actually talk to me and we could talk and go back and forth. You could always talk to me. I'm a nobody. You want to come to the standard and have an IPA and a Red Dog sandwich? Let's do it. I do that sometimes with subscribers and whatnot, but not now. I haven't had a beer in 3 weeks. I did 3 weeks ago say I'm going to have no beer, no wine, no bread unless it's on a sandwich, no chips, no French fries. And Red Dog took off 10 pounds, feeling good. Going to keep doing this for a little while. If you make a promise to yourself, keep it. That's how you build some self-esteem and happiness. And yes, go out and vote. I'm not telling you who to vote for. Go out and vote. A lot of people died so we could have a free country where you could vote. But anyway, so with that said, this is NVIDIA. NVIDIA is 138.96. What's NVIDIA doing this morning? That's up $1. Yeah, this market's just kind of like in a holding pattern. It's not very exciting. I've lost a bunch of money the last 3 days. You have to be very quick. I had such a buzzkill yesterday. So I went into the weekend long, a few different things. I got caught in Amazon. I started buying Tesla early, and then I bought VKTX options because a lot of my biotech friends thought the data was going to be good on Sunday. We're going to make a lot of money. And then PS yesterday in the 630 club, everybody's like, VKTX is going to 100. I'm like, that didn't really read so well. It read like, 8% difference between the placebo. So it went from, and then everyone's counting their money. I'm like, do never count your money. We should play some Kenny Rogers. Don't count your money. But anyway, but as a trader, you have a way to make money or salvage it back. And I had the $80 calls and go to VKTX. Look at this friggin' ugly ass candle now. Excuse my French. But, went from 90 to almost only up 2. And then Kramer pumped it, and you had literally 3 minutes from 9:30 9:33 to get out. And I got out of all my options between 3 and 4, and I saved myself thousands of dollars, like 20,000 plus, after that. Same thing happened with Dash. Remember Dash? Dash, I had a ton of calls, ton. I had 160s, 165s. Market was in under extreme pressure. It looked like it was going to be a zero. It opened up near 165, and you had 3 minutes to sell the 160s for like $4 or $5 and the 165s for $1 before that, and they become a zero. So if you prepare far enough out and you have an inner voice that tells you what to do it. Okay, right decision at the right time in the right place, and that could save you money. Anyway, that was you. You sold pre-market. Yeah. Well, lately, it's better to be in stock. There's less risk in stock because at least you could trade, because sometimes by 9:30 these things are, not doing what they're supposed to be doing. So anyway, listen, this is going to be a quick one. Hard to tell what's going to happen. If you want to have some options on, have some options on. If you want to be out of the way and just wait, be out of the way and just wait. Here's your levels in the SPYs. 555. If we see it, I'm not sure what would cause it. It would probably be no president on Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. That's probably a spot where I put my wife's blood in the street account back to work. That's a spot where everyone will be stopped out through the yin yang. So we probably go here and then the dust settles and then we go higher. Or we have maybe a Trump president, it's decisive and we gap up, and who knows if that even holds. So either which way, there's going to be lots of volatility, lots of things to do. If you feel like you've been losing a little bit of money, through earnings season or the last week or so, and you don't want to get in a bigger hole, then don't. It's November 5th. In a few weeks from now, the dust will be settled, trends will be intact, and you'll have a better chance of being able to sustain a move where you manage your process. As far as the IWM, it's okay. I have some options on also, but not a whole lot. My options for the IWM go out to November 15th, 2 weeks, thinking that if we did have a big rally, that maybe everyone that's been talking about allocating money here since the summer is nowhere. You can make some money there. The XBI is actually acting a little bit better. XBI also has a decent looking channel. So I'm in a bunch of things. Okay, so I'm in some calls for the XBI and IWM a little further out. I'm in some Amazon calls. I'm in some Bitcoin. I'm in some Tesla calls, but I'm also long just in case, the 565 puts. So if all of a sudden, for some reason, we're down, 70 handles, 100 handles, or whatever it is, I could then, make some money in my puts, and then we'll see if we could add to longs further out and manage it. Or again, like I said, be light on your feet. And if you do, like I've posted my roadmap a bunch of times, don't be changing things based on the election. If you have a 401k and you're 30 or 40 years old, just keep putting your money in. If you have a 529 for your son, keep putting money in. Just stay the course. When all is said and done, stock market doesn't care that much who's in charge, and only you can control what you can allocate towards it and how you approach it. With that said, good luck. I'll be on Fox Business later. I have a busy day. Got to jump.